Good afternoon, ladies. This is Lynn Hamilton, and I'm bringing part 2 to you of Pay for Stay. We talked about earlier about the inmates having to pay restitution. They have a daily rate that they have to pay for room and board to stay in the jails and in the prisons. Starting with part 2, in the state of Michigan, Macomb County have sued inmates, garnish wages, bank accounts, and they have taken their tax refunds to pay for their restitution. Their credit is also affected. I don't think that's fair game. I don't think that's fair game at all. I don't like that. They have taken vehicles, boats, mobile homes. It says they only pursue cases where the inmate has found employment after release. Nearly every state lets prisons and jail charge inmates for their own incarceration, room and board, clothing, and doctor's visits. Now, let's talk about the prisons that has closed due to decreased inmate population. Okay, you have Muskegon, Michigan. The state prison population has dropped below 40,000 for first time in more than 20 years. After peaking at about 51,500 in the year of 2007. The closure would save the department about $10 million, the closure of the program. The recidivism rate is near historic lows at 29.8%. Since 2005, the department has closed and consolidated 26 facilities and camps, which resulted in nearly $400 million in budget reduction. New York State has closed 14 prisons. The Netherlands keep having to close its prisons due to lack of prisons. Crime rates have declined about 0.9% on an average every year. That's in the Netherlands. That's a big deal to me. The Texas population declined from 156,000 in 2011 to 146,000 now. Just to name a few. Also, Pennsylvania and Sweden had a decline in their prison population. And then the private prisons, the Department of Justice wants to end the federal government's reliance on private prisons. Private companies now run 14 federal prisons across the country that hold about 22,000 federal inmates. The DOT plans to stop renewing some of those contracts. Did you know that privately held prisons hold inmates longer by giving them infractions? Did you know that? That's not fair game either. At least 2 states let prisons charge the families of dead prisoners for their food and their health care. Now, let me say this again. The inmate has passed on. He's dead, buried in the ground, and these institutions charges the families what that inmate left. The families are responsible for paying it back. That's ridiculous. That is not fair at all. Florida and Wisconsin, dummies, are not making as much money off stay to pay as much as it costs to run. How about that? It will, this is shocking news for me. I was just really blindsided by this. I saw an advertisement, not an advertisement, but I saw this. You may have seen this judge on Facebook, and he's a really nice judge, and he gives people the benefit of the doubt, and he lets them off. There was a lady on there one day whose son had passed away, and she was on a fixed income, and they were still taking money out of her money to pay for his restitution. That just really got beyond me. I would love to give you more information on private prisons in the near future. Just remind me. Please remember to follow us on Facebook at Mothers with SIP and at our website www.motherswithsonsinprison, and also follow us on Instagram, Mothers with Sons in Prison. Thank you.